Hi, this is Karina Cerda, and this is my week 3 video digest. So this week we're talking about the Mediterranean diet. Now the Mediterranean diet was discovered by Ansel Keys in the 1960s while he was studying in Crete as part of the 7-country study. Now this particular diet has always been associated with low risk of cardiovascular disease. Now do we know for sure that the Mediterranean diet is what produced the longevity of the Cretan population? Do we know that this is what causes their long life expectancy? And the answer to that is, unfortunately, we do not know that the diet itself is what contributes to the long life expectancy of the Cretan people. There are a lot of different things that the Cretans do that make them so happy and healthy. Now, if you look at the Cretan lifestyle as a whole, you'll see that they walk to work, they're very physically active, they spend a lot of time socializing and with family and friends. So those relationships probably contribute to a good mental state, mental health overall, and the combination of their lifestyle, living physically active, maintaining socialization and good, having good experiences like that, and the diet, all of those things as a whole, you have to look at the holistic picture, and therefore you cannot say without a shadow of a doubt that it is the Mediterranean diet that causes that long life expectancy. And do we know that what we generally call the Mediterranean diet decreases cardiovascular risk or other risks? Now, research has shown that the Mediterranean diet has, if adherence to the Mediterranean diet does reduce heart disease. However, it's very hard to determine what component of the diet is what causes the reduction in that risk of developing cardiovascular disease. So if I were to follow the Mediterranean diet and I wanted to have a Mediterranean diet type breakfast, I chose breakfast, and I guess I would choose Greek yogurt and some fruit, probably mixed in like a parfait, maybe some berries or some grapefruit or different things. I'll put anything in Greek yogurt. I love Greek yogurt. And then maybe I'll probably have another piece of fruit for my mid-morning snack as part of my overall breakfast. So what is the difference between the Mediterranean diet and the DASH diet? Now the DASH diet DASH actually stands for a dietary approach to stop hypertension. So hypertension, the H is in the name. So it's a recommended diet and it's part of the dietary guidelines for America. It's very similar to the Mediterranean diet. It is very rich in fish, vegetables, fruits, low-fat dairy, and whole grains, fish, poultry, seeds, nuts, and it typically contains less sodium and sweets and added sugars than the average American diet would have. The huge difference between the Mediterranean diet and the DASH diet is that the amount of fat. The Mediterranean diet is higher in fat, probably due to the olive oil, which consists of 35%, and the DASH diet is at 27%. DASH is also higher in fruits and vegetables than the Mediterranean diet, so there are a few differences, but they're very similar as well. So what is the difference between the DASH diet and the Omni diet? Now, the Omni diet was brought to us by the same people that brought us the DASH diet in 2005. It's the standard DASH diet, but it's a little different. It's higher in fruits and vegetables, it's lower in dairy fat, higher in legumes, higher in meat and poultry and fish, and higher in fat servings, but not in overall fat percentage. And DASH is also a little bit higher in carbs and lower in sweets. Now for my something new, I chose a study by the Harvard School of Public Health. This study focused on Boston firefighters following the Mediterranean diet, or they were instructed to adhere to the Mediterranean diet. Now firefighters are known to have a higher prevalence of obesity and tend to have higher risk factors for cardiovascular disease. So the group that had the greatest adherence to the Mediterranean diet showed a 35% decrease in risk for heart disease and overall risk factors, which include like a larger waistline, higher blood pressure, higher triglyceride levels, and they did see different lowers in the good cholesterol, HDL, and a decrease in LDL. So so they saw overall good results with that. And I thought that was interesting because when you tend to look at studies of the Mediterranean diet, they usually look at people and see if it reduced the problems they already have, as far as like obesity or diabetes or things like that. And in this study, we looked at younger people, and you got to see the differences in a younger working, population than somebody who's older, and may already have those risk factors or may already have those conditions and they're trying to reverse them. So yes, so that is what I picked. This is my video digest for week 2.